Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, you guys? Your boy, Pastor Darius, here again. Very excited to be here. So, today we're going to be continuing on, and we're going to continue reading in chapter 2 of the Ethiopian Bible. And today, we're just going to hop right in there. I want to welcome you guys to another Bible study with Jesus Life Church International. I'm your host, Pastor Darius. Let's hop right into it, shall we? And and the heavens and the earth are completed in all their host. And God completes by the seventh day his work which he has made, and ceases by the seventh day from all his work which he has made. And God blesses the seventh day and sanctifies it, for in it he has ceased from all his work which God had created for making. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth in their being created in the day of Yahweh. Oh man, God's making the earth and the heavens, and no shrub of the field is yet in the earth, and no herb of the field yet sprouts, for Yahweh God has not reigned on the earth, and there is not a man to serve the ground. And a mist goes up from the earth and has watered the whole face of the ground. And Yahweh God forms the man, dust from the ground, and breathes into his nostrils breath of life, and the man becomes a living creature. Wow, that's so amazing to me. God just goes in, breathes in, and it's that simple. Forms the man from clay, breathes air into his nostrils, and boom, the man has life. That is how amazing and simplistic. That's how amazing and simplistic God's creation can be. We like to make things. I notice that there's a lot of Christians who like to make Christianity this very complex thing. It's about, rules, regulations, doing things a certain way, but the fact is, faith is simple. It is that. It is just faith. It's just having simply a relationship with the creator of all existence. Wow, man, beautiful. And becomes a living creature. And Yahweh, God, plants a garden in Eden at the east, and he sets there the man who he has formed. And Yahweh, God, causes to sprout from the ground every tree desirable for appearance and good for food. Ooh. And the tree of life, ledge of God, of good and of good and evil. And a river is going out from Eden to water the garden. All right, wow, man. And from there is parted and has become four chief rivers. The name of the first is Pison. Okay, Pison, one of those. It is that which is surrounded the whole land of Havilah, where the gold is, and the gold of that land is good. Wow, the Bedelium, wow, and the Shoham stone are there, and the name of the second river is Gihon. It is that which is surrounding the whole land of Cush. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. Hiddekel. It is that which is going east of Ashur. And the fourth river is the Euphrates. I'm sure people have heard of the Euphrates before. And Yahweh, God takes the man and causes him to rest in the Garden of Eden, to serve it and to keep it. And Yahweh, God lays a charge on the man, saying, from every tree of the garden, eating you eat. Interesting. But from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you do not eat from it, for in the day of your eating from it, dying you die. Interesting. So this is the thing about the this is the literal translation, right? Like word for word. Word for word, literal translation. A lot of people are used to like NIV, right? Or even the King James, right? So the way that these translations have worked or the more new and modern translations have worked, is that the people who translated the word put the word in a way that they felt it would make sense to the reader, right? So that's why in NIV, right, we have like language that we use in common day, right? But in the literal translation, right, which is the one I'm reading from right now, right? This is the Ethiopian Bible. So everything is translated word for word, which means that the meaning there needs to be explanation for the meaning of the word. And so, like, for example, this is why I pray. This a lot of times. This is why I like to pray like consistently, because I'm always looking for understanding. I'm not looking for my understanding. When I go in and read the Bible, I'm looking for God's understanding, because God is trying to using this word. God has used the people who have written and cultivated this word. He uses those people to deliver messages to future generations. And and here it is, right? What I get from this, right? He gave direct instructions. When God gives you direct instructions, bro, you know what I'm saying? It's better to just go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Because what it is that God is so upfront and forward. He explained directly what was going to happen when the man went forth and went against what God told him to do. You know what I'm saying? God tells you what the consequences of your actions before you even do them. Now, this is the crazy part, right? Because, everybody's always talking about this enemy who I don't believe in. I don't believe in the devil. I don't believe in Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that in any way, shape, or form. Why? Because there was no devil before a certain period of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no devil, like when the Jews were traveling and they were going through, when they had left Egypt and they were going through the desert, it didn't say the devil sent snakes into the camp. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this current generation, the world that we're living in, the people have given so much power to this entity that has no power over you. The only way the entity has power over you is if you submit to it. The only one I submit to is Yahweh, Elohim, Tetragrammaton. The only one I submit to is the creator of all creation. So thus, who can curse what God has blessed? Let's use basic logic and reasoning. You know what I'm saying? You guys, it's very simple, man. It's very simple. You want to be blessed. You want to have a good life. Stop making it so complicated. Don't spend your time worrying about the world and the things of the world. What am I going to eat today? Bro, the Bible already told you, right? That God has, the lilies of the field, that, they're all the plants are taken care of. All the creatures, they got birds. Birds don't work no jobs, but yet they have food to eat. Animals of the forest, come on, bro. God is taking care of all things. Bask in God's ambiance and live in grace, you guys. It's not about, a lot of people think it's about what they do. You hear what I'm saying? And they've taken scripture in the New Testament and they have misconstrued it. They've misconstrued it. But that's neither here nor there. Let's continue. Let's go back into this, into looking at what was said here. God said, God created the tree of life right? And the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? Now, I tell you, man, I feel like temptation is such a vibrant thing. I feel like temptation is such a vibrant thing. So many people are consistently tested in their faith because the fact is that temptation is something that you desire. If it wasn't desirable, it would not be temptation, right or wrong. You hear what I'm saying? Like a person who doesn't smoke cigarettes has no desire to smoke cigarettes. You hear what I'm saying? It's only a temptation if you have a desire for it. A person who does not, let's say a person who there are some people who struggle with like sex, right? And it's a full ordeal for them. There's a lot of people that struggle with sex, but there are people who that is not something that they even think about or worry about in the course of their time. You hear what I'm saying? Like it doesn't even like in the course of a week, they don't even think about sex, bro, because they don't, like it's not something that is so is heavily desirable to them. You hear what I'm saying? There's lots of different people out there, but the fact is that whatever is desirable, right? This is why it is very important that we learn how to have self-control. And this is why we fast. This is why people practice in fasting. What fasting is, it teaches you self-control, control over the flesh, the things, because the lust of this world, I tell you, man, all have come and all have fallen short of the glory of God. Not one man who has walked this planet except for Yeshua, Jesus Christ. None have been able to resist the desires of the flesh, because even though you may not directly act upon it, the greatest teacher of them all has said, the thought of sin is sin. Think about it. That means that even thinking sinful thoughts, if you think about the sinful thought and you desire it, it is already sin. Let's continue reading. All right, let's continue reading. Okay, Yahweh, and it's good for them to be alone. Okay, here we go. But from the tree of knowledge of good and evil you do not eat, for in the day of your eating from it, dying you die. So if he eats from the tree of good and evil, gonna die. From that day forward, boom, bam, boom, death is inevitable. Right? And okay, and Yahweh, God says, it is not good for the man to be alone. I make him a helper as his counterpart. Oh, listen to that. As his counterpart. To be what he is not. That is what a counterpart is. To be what you are not. Whatever, because, a lot of people like to think they're whole by themselves. But the fact is, if we were whole on ourselves, if we didn't need other people, God would have never created more. He would have created the one, and the one would have been enough, right? So now let's go ahead. And Yahweh, God forms from the ground every beast of the field and every bird of the heavens, and brings them to the man to see what he calls it. So God made notice that the man was alone, and he said it is not good for man to be alone. It's for all those people out here trying to live life on your own thing. Oh, you don't need nobody, bruh. Hey, bruh, it's a message directly from you. It ain't good to be alone. You hear what I'm saying? You need people, you know what I'm saying? Because God forbid, if you get sick, you're going to need somebody to take care of you. You know what I'm saying? All right now. Let's get on. Let's keep going. Every bird. And then God gave the man work. This is the second thing, right? God said, notice the man was alone. God gave God didn't just create you to be over here sitting around doing nothing with your life, bro. You need to do something, have purpose, find your purpose, find your reason. Why are you here? Why are you here? You need to be asking yourself this question on a daily basis. right? If you're just breathing, just trying to figure out how to get through each day, paying bills, and you think that this is the purpose of your life, bro, you're dropping the ball. You have great purpose. You've been created and designed you have been designed with great purpose. Intricately, there you go, intricately designed. So let's continue reading. Formed all the beast, right? All right, and living creature, that is its name, calls it, okay, and so birds of heaven, and brings them to the man to see what he calls it. And whatever the man calls a living creature, that is its name. And the man calls names to all the livestock, and to bird of the heavens, and to every beast of the field. But for man, a helper has not been found as his counterpart. And Yahweh, God, causes a deep sleep to fall on the man, and he sleeps, and he takes one of his ribs and closes up flesh in its stead. And Yahweh, God, builds up the rib which he has taken out of the man into a woman and brings her to the man. And the man says, this at last, bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, for this is called woman, for this has been taken from man. Therefore a man leaves his father and his mother, and has cleaved to his wife, and they have become one flesh. And both of them are naked, and the man of his wife, and they are not ashamed of themselves. I had an argument with, my cousins, we do a weekly Bible study, and we got into an argument because, I want you guys to let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, right? Whoever's watching this, really, this is the end. We finished right there, right? So my understanding, right? Because man, I want to talk about the topic, and then I want you guys to go in and post your comment what you believe, what your understanding of this topic is. The topic is marriage. What constitutes marriage? And I know that a lot of people think it's the ritualistic thing where you go walk up the aisle, kiss the person, and then and then you go and then you're married. Some people think being married is going to the government's office and signing papers, and then boom, now you're officially married. So my question is, who controls marriage, man or God? Because according to this word, right, God created the woman, gave the woman to God, gave the woman to the man, right? And then it said, and it says here, right? It says, the man shall leave his mom and his dad, leave his father and mother, and go and cleave to his wife, and the two shall be one. You hear what I'm saying? How do you become one with somebody, bro? It's sex. You hear what I'm saying? So my understanding is that sex constitutes marriage. It is a contract, right? And any contract, you have to do something to fulfill the contract, right? And I even believe legally, they say the marriage is not of legal until it's not constitutionally legal in the United States until the two parts have consummated the marriage, which is until they have had sex. You hear what I'm saying? So, based off of my understanding, all the people that you have gone and had sex with, you have made, technically, you are married to those people. You hear what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of people don't think that this is logical, and that's fine. Anyway, you guys, your boy Pastor Darius, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you guys can get these weekly Bible study messages, and go post your comments in the link. Let me know what you guys think about this message today. Catch you guys next time. Peace.